Hi, this afternoon, welcome to our COVID-19 Quarantini lesson in honor of the martini under quarantine, the Quarantini. I stole that from a restaurant someplace, but I think it's a good joke. Anyway, so the most important thing to remember about a martini is that it's 5 o'clock someplace, although it's almost 5 o'clock here in Singapore. So I'm going to give you a quick lesson in how to make a real martini. Now, when I say real martini, a couple things to keep in mind. A real martini does not have chocolate in it, does not have lychee in it, it doesn't have blueberries, it's not made with vodka, it's not sweet, etc. It's made with gin. My favorite is Bombay Sapphire, so we're going to start with that. First of all, first step, we have a cocktail shaker here full of ice, and we're going to take a liberal amount of gin and pour it into that cocktail shaker. Now, a friend of mine who is also a regular martini drinker, he says that one of the things that distinguishes martini drinkers from other drinkers, other cocktail drinkers, is that we make a big deal out of preparing the martini because we add vermouth, dry vermouth. It's called a martini because the most famous brand of dry vermouth is Martini, and we have to add a little bit of vermouth to the martini. I use about half a capful of vermouth. And a friend of mine likes to say that the reason gin drinkers drink martinis and go through all of this production is because it gives them, they don't want to admit that they're just drinking straight gin, and it gives them an excuse. So, next thing that we do, before we shake that up, I'm going to give myself 3 green olives stuffed with pimentos. I prefer the olives stuffed with a little bit of olive juice. We found this somewhere at the supermarket. Olives stuffed with red pepper. They're very, very good. I think they're from Marks and Spencer. And then we take the shaker full of vermouth and gin, and we shake it up until it's nice and cold, and you can feel it become cold in your hand because it's made of metal. Then we proceed to do the most important part, which is to pour the gin and that little bit of martini flavor into the martini glass. Now you'll notice that this is a glass with a long stem and a wide bowl. This is a proper martini glass. It's not some fancy thing that looks like something else. It's a martini glass, and it's intended for martinis. Now, finally, what do we do when it gets to be 5 o'clock and we've made this martini? We take a sip.
How was it?
Sublime beyond measure. It makes it possible to survive the lockdown and prosper. Thank you very much.